Let me tell you a story. So, when I was in seventh grade, I met this one girl, or rather, I saw her from the distance. And I thought, wow, she's cute, she's fantastic, she's beautiful, all this stuff, right? All this stuff other guys think when they see a pretty girl, right? And me being a seventh grader, me being a strange seventh grader, I never talked to her. In fact, what I did is I went to a friend who was friends with her and asked him for her number. I messaged her. And while that may not seem strange exactly, there were moments where she was right next to me. I ignored her while she was right next to me and texted her while she's still right next to me. There was a time where she sat down next to me and I walked away, trying to act all cool, right? And this is honestly something common that a lot of other men struggle with, but it's not really talked about a lot. It's courage. And I guess I could say I'm fairly lucky that Schmovid happened, because that was strictly online. And that made it easier for me to connect with her, because that was what I was used to. And after probably about a year of rejection after rejection after rejection, she dated me. And it's funny, when I lost feelings for her because I was tired of being rejected, that's when she liked me. I gotta add that disclaimer, and you'll know why. And we dated for a month online because of Schmovid. And when we dated, I didn't enjoy it. I forced myself to feel happy, right? Because I was supposed to, right? I had a girlfriend, right? That's what every man wants. That's what every guy's dream, to get a girlfriend. But I didn't feel happy. In fact, I looked in the mirror the day we started dating, and I was confused. Why don't I like her anymore? Because deep down I knew that, but I hid it away. Because this is something I wanted for so long, right? And we did it for a month. And after finding out some of her messages with one of her friends, I found out she dated me out of pity. And we broke up, and I felt sad for like a day or two, and I was moving on. But what can we take out of this story? I didn't say it for no reason. And there's a few points I want to go into. Courage, the mindset you have with women, and the fact that you probably don't want or need a girlfriend. Let's start off with courage. So, as I explained, with this girl, there was multiple times where she was either right next to me, or we're even walking down the stairs together while she was right behind me, and I ignore her. I actually did this. We're walking down out of school together. Not together, but she was right behind me, out of the stairwell. She's right behind me. I pulled out my phone, pulled out Discord, and then I started messaging her while she's behind me. And I said stuff about that. I was like, yo, I see you behind me, but I couldn't turn around and talk to her. Isn't that's embarrassing? It's something embarrassing. If something is embarrassing, that's embarrassing. Let's just be honest. But why couldn't I act? Why was it so hard for me to just go up and talk to her? It's because I lacked courage. Now, what is courage? Courage, people think courage is no fear, right? Fully brave, Sasage or whatever, right? That's what people think courage is, but it's not. In fact, the courageous, they have the fears you have, right? People with courage, they have the fear to go talk to that girl. They have the fear to go start that thing. but they act anyways. Courage is acting despite having fear. That's courage, and every man should have courage, because it's no matter what, you're gonna fear something. Even if it's, I don't know, death, starting a business, talking to her, you gotta act despite fear, and that's courage. And it's through courage that we get the things that we're scared of to do done. And the question becomes, all right, how do we build courage? It's by doing. And if talking to that one girl's too big of a task, too big, right? You can do it. You're just too scared, right? That's what you believe. You believe you're too scared, right? If it's too big of a task, start small. Start doing something small that you have fear, right? There's a presentation, go presentate. Pump your chest, speak loudly, speak in a low, deep voice, right? Speak confidently, right? How you present yourself. Good body language, right? Shoulders back, chest front. Do it correctly. Even if you look strange, if you look weird, you gotta start somewhere. That's courage. Courage is acting despite having fear. And that's what you need to do. That's just one example, right? And it's through courage that, as I said, many things are done. Now, with this same girl, Schmovid ended. I entered my freshman year of high school. That year, I had courage. I talked to her like it was nothing. In fact, we were very close. Very, very close. It was when I had courage that we became very close, right? But that wasn't happening without courage. So this is why it's so important for you to have courage. Especially with the girl you want. Because let's be honest, there's a girl that you want to talk to, right? There's a girl that you believe that you would love to date, you want to have sexual relations with, right? You're a guy, it's just natural, right? You want to get married, you're fantasizing about your kids, what you're going to name your kids, your wedding, blah, 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 blah. All of this stuff. And that leads me into point number 2, your mindset with women. I made an approaching video on this, but I think I got to go deeper into like the mindset part. See that one girl you want? Odds are it probably won't work out, let's be honest. And here's why. It's because she's the only woman in your life. Now, before you think I'm messed up and evil, let me explain myself. There's a quote that says, a man is dangerous because he has the ability to not be dangerous. What does that mean? Take Jesus, for example. When the Pharisees attacked Jesus with stones and all this other stuff, Jesus chose not to attack back, even though he could have got rid of them instantly. Like, Father, end these fools, done, right? But he chose not to. And that's a dangerous man because he chose not to be dangerous. He has the ability to be dangerous, but he chose not to. Or Thorfinn from Vinland Saga, right? He chooses not to fight, even though we know he can fight. We know he can kill, but he chooses not to. And that's what makes him dangerous, the fact he chooses not to. And so the same applies when a man will options. By options, I mean girls. A man should have many different options. He should be dangerous. But that does not mean he should use them, right? And you might be thinking, well, why do I need options? Why can't I just find the one fairy tale girl, right? The perfect love story girl. Because let's be honest, life ain't like that. The perfect girl comes your way. Do you think she's going to notice you out of the dude who plays the sport, who is successful with women? He knows how to attract and polarize them, right? Is she going to choose you over him? Or the dude that has his own business, right, making good money, right, has a really good physique, polarizes her like crazy, right? and he doesn't need her, is she gonna choose you out of them? Out of the world with many different men, is she gonna choose you? No, because why would she? Who are you, right? There's no need to choose you. No point. And this is what you gotta understand. This Disney fairy tale stuff you've been fed, it's not real. It's fake. Where the nerd gets the girl, well, the girl's already piped the jock like 15 times. You can get in sloppy seconds, if that's what you're into, right? But it's not what you into. I mean, unless you into that. But it's not what we into, right? And so, how do we attract the quote-unquote good girl, right? I want to clarify that, because good girls don't really exist. There's no good or bad woman. It's just women who choose not to show themselves fully, that are classified as good. But still, how do we get the girl that we want? First, watch my approaching video. I don't know what you're doing if you haven't done that. And secondly, you need to have options. It's because of hypergamy, the term. Women are hypergamous, right? Women want men that other women want and other men want to be. Because that shows that they're special, they have status, they have something that makes them special. And that's the type of men women want. It's why men who are successful with women seem to have a new one every day. Because hypergamy. That's why only women like a select few men. Like for us men, I won't say us. For a lot of men, they have the mentality of if there's a hole, there's a goal. For women, they don't have that. You put any average guy, they'll say no. Put an average girl, a guy will say, heck yeah. It's different. And you gotta become that top 1% man. Now that doesn't mean you have to have a perfect body. Doesn't mean you have to have all the money in the world, right? Money, muscles, game. The trifecta. If you perfect your game, while at the same time going to the gym and working on some money, you'll be fine. And if you want to improve your game, read The Rational Male. That's it. It's that simple. Just read The Rational Male. But change your mindset, bro. Because what you have with this one girl is one-itis. You think she's the perfect girl in the world. She's the one. She's so wonderful. She's your wife, whatever, all this other stuff. You fantasize about her. You journal about her. Like, you know her name by heart. Her heart makes you flustered, right? Because when you're around a girl and you're trying to act all cool in front of her, you're in her frame. Switch your mindset. She gotta act cool in front of you. Now she's in your frame. Even if she's not really technically in your frame, live that mindset and it'll come out. Because change starts from the inside and then comes out on the outside. When you change your mindset, you change your actions, right? Because actions control thought, and thought influences action. I said this way back in the day, and it still works, right? It's that simple. Change your beliefs. Well, beliefs create thought, and thought influences action. I messed up what I said, but you know what I meant. Belief influences thought, and thought influences action. There you go. Belief influences thought, and thought influences action. You start from the inside, and then go from the outside. That simple. Even if you think you're the man, if you don't believe it, it's not really going to work like that, right? So, understand that this girl, she ain't the one. You'll find someone prettier, better, whatever, later and down in the future. Get rid of this obsession for her. Because that's what you are. You're obsessed. And it's not healthy. She doesn't like an obsessed man. She likes a man that has a purpose in his life, something above her. That's not what women want. They don't want to be a number one. They want to be on your journey to chasing your number one, which is different for every man, right? For me, I don't know my purpose yet, but that's part of my purpose. Finding out what my purpose is. That is my purpose right now, right? That's a purpose in itself. So you need to stop, like, obsessing over this one girl and really just start, like, realize there's a whole world of people. You're like a sniper trying to aim for one person. Be like a shotgun, aiming them bullets for everyone. Spread that jump. Spread it to everybody you can. Stop trying to be select. Just, boom, minigun, right? That's how you do it. And I know a lot of people not gonna like what I'm saying. I don't care. I'm still living, right? So, you really stop obsessing over these girls. It's that simple. All right, now let's talk about the fact that you probably don't want or need a girlfriend, right? Here's what a lot of guys think. They think, my life is sad. It would be better with a woman in it. Wrong. If your life is better with a woman in it, your life is falling apart. Your life should be fine without a woman, and a woman is an add-on to that. She should not be the priority of your life. I talked about this, right? Because you think that what you think you'll get out of that relationship, you probably won't. Because that's what you think. And honestly, you can probably get that stuff from other places, like friends, family, that love you think you need. You don't need it. You get that stuff other places, right? Because honestly, you don't need it. And if it's, I don't know, sexual desire, I'm not going to go say watch porn. I don't advocate for that, right? I'll briefly touch porn real quick. If you're struggling with porn, I made a guide on it, but if you want a better understanding, read The Freedom Model. I talked about the Easy Peasy in that video, but the Easy Peasy has some flaws in it. And it's the Freedom Model that's voila, right? Yeah, just briefly read it. There's two versions of it. There's a 47 page one and like a 300 to 500 page one. You can read the small one, and if you enjoy it or you still need help or whatever, read the long one. Take your time with the long one, by the way. It's not gonna kill you, alright? But yeah, if you're struggling with sexual desire, bro, realize, and this is with the absence of porn. If you're struggling with porn, go do what I just said, but without porn. If you're struggling with sexual desire, channel that into something else. Honestly, just use the advice in the Freedom Model for your sexual desire. It still works. It works for a lot of things you don't realize. Or even the Easy Peasy method. It works for a lot of things you don't realize. And that's what it is. You'll handle it, bro. You got it. But that's the 3 topics I wanted to go over. I look dead right now. My body's exhausted. I was walking a lot, right? But remember, you gotta have courage. You gotta have the right mindset about women. You gotta realize that she probably don't need a girlfriend right now. That will make your life better. And if you want to see my blog, The Brutus Archives, go to www.kezix.com. I'll try to put the link in the description if I remember. But that's that. Become the antidote to chaos. Choose.